I mentioned this earlier. This ain't huge news or something we usually talk about a lot, but my boy Carl Edwards on the stream, I saw somewhere that he did something with Kenny Wallace and he refused to be one of the top 75 drivers.
Mm-hmm.
I was happy when I got a notification to find out that my boy is now one of the 75 drivers. We talked about some of the drivers that are now involved in this that are kind of current, like Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
I'm probably missing a few if there's correcting. Recently on Sunday, yesterday when this is being pre-recorded. And there's probably a couple of others that are going to be a pretty good surprise when they come out tomorrow. Our recording is tomorrow, and when this video airs on Wednesday.
Yeah.
But Jeff Burton is in, but Carl Edwards, I was worried because he told Kenny that he declined that offer.
Yeah, as far as what I heard, yeah, from what you were telling me, which was very unusual, to say the least, because you would have thought, like, man, like, Carl Edwards, in the modern era of drivers that have not won championships, he was like the modern-day Mark Martin. You know, like...
and ironically, he was his teammate at one point.
Yeah, exactly. Which is... insane to me of how, like, you know, it would have been criminal for Carl Edwards to not accept being a part of the 75 greatest drivers list, because Carl Edwards definitely fit the mold, like, very, very easily, even if he didn't win a championship at all.
Granted, and I'm being totally non-biased saying this, I can wholeheartedly agree as a fan, and I can admit this as a man too. Carl Edwards is not the GOAT. He is one of the greatest drivers, but he's not the GOAT.
No.
The GOATs, in my opinion, are the 3 7-time champions. Those are the GOATs. Now, everyone can argue who's the GOAT, who's the main GOAT of all of those.
Oh, man, but I'm telling you, that is a debate that is still going on to this very day.
But it is no doubt that Carl Edwards is one of the greatest drivers who, like you mentioned, has not won a championship. He's won an Xfinity championship.
Yeah.
He has won an Xfinity championship, so he does have a NASCAR championship. It's not a Cup Series, which he was close to winning 4. Could have had a chance to win 4 different times, or won 4 times.
In my opinion, he should have won the 2 where he should have won. 2011 and 2016.
Agreed.
Those 2 he should have had in the bag.
Agreed.
Because listen, 2011, yeah, he only won 1 race, but he was consistent all year long in 2011. But of course,
the only reason he didn't
tiebreaker.
The only reason, not only tiebreaker, Tony Stewart had a breakout playoffs.
Yeah, he did.
And keep in mind, I didn't watch NASCAR around this time. I just got in like late 14, early 15. But I've done my research on my boy, and he's actually one of the drivers that got me into it. Which the backstory on that I'm not getting into. It's a stupid story. I think I've told him how I found out his name and laughed so hard, and that's why he became my driver. But I'm not getting into that. Probably a different story time. But
no, yeah,
with him, he got me involved. Edwards got me involved, and I became a fan of his. And he's been the driver he's my main guy.
No, yeah. But yeah, 2016, yeah, definitely. That's another year, as I mentioned before.
That was bullshit.
That one was pretty BS because he dominated that race. Absolutely dominated. That's one where he coulda, woulda, shoulda, more so should have had that in the bag. But
I want to say maybe, well, the all those four he could have won at.
Yeah.
I think another one, my opinion, actually, '08 should have. He had more wins. Didn't he have more wins than anyone that season?
I think he did. Let me take a look at Racing Reference.
I know, like he had like 9 wins. I know you mentioned that 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 Kyle Busch only had 8, but I think him and Jimmy were like tied. Something.
Uh,
Jimmy got the championship that year, but Carl should have gotten that
yeah.
one. And '05 was a breakout season for Carl Edwards.
Yeah. So his stats for 2008 were as follows: 9 wins, 19 top fives, 27 top tens, had an average finish of 9.5. 9.5.
Carl Edwards really should have won more championships than he's now right now. He should have won championships.
Yeah,
I
he really
I
should
I
have.
can, but kind of sucks. And if y'all know, my at on stuff is CE19. If you haven't figured it out yet, the CE is my boy. Is my boy Carl.
Mm-hmm.
I base my name off of him. That's how much he's shown much to me. And granted, it should have been 99, but the 19 just seems so much better. It just fits my name a whole lot better, has a better ring to it. As much as I like the OG number to 99.
Oh, yeah.
But either way, he deserves to be in the top 75. I know we don't usually talk about these about any of the drivers, but I just had to bring this up because of what I read yesterday
Oh, yeah.
while recording. So I had to bring this up, and I'm just happy.
I'm happy to see that as well. I mean, that was definitely a long time coming for sure.